Welcome to Truck You After Hours. My name is Sebastian. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of July. We are going to talk about what's been happening in the industry for, last week, and I found some trucks worth looking at for you, so let's dive right into it. Topic number one, what's been happening in the industry? The most pro-trucker highway bill in years is on the House floor. The House Transportation Committee approved the Build America 250 Act, and it's now headed for a full House vote with a hard September 30th deadline to get it done. $750 million truck parking, guaranteed restroom access, ban on predatory lease purchases, fraud and chameleon carrier crackdown. EVs must pay into the Highway Trust Fund. Why is it important? The lease purchase ban alone changes how a new operator gets into a truck, and the parking money is the fight IOTA's pushed for a decade. Good stuff for truckers. The driverless truck backlash is boiling over. IOTA is fighting a provision in that same highway bill that would let anonymous truck makers grade their own homework, self-certifying for public roads, calling it potentially the most disastrous move yet. Meanwhile, Aurora is already running driverless in Texas and pushing to pull the human observer out of the cab, and some states are moving to slam the brakes. They're targeting 200 plus trucks by the end of 2026. It's crazy. Trucks running 20 hours a day on lanes Dallas to Houston. The first lanes to feel this are the predictable middle mile runs a lot of small carriers live on. The rules written this summer decide whether an unnamed truck runs your lane next year. That will be interesting to watch how quickly that's going to turn into trucks running without anybody on board. It's happening. Future is happening right now. DeSantis votes the inmate CDL bill. In Florida, Governor DeSantis voted a bill that would have let nonviolent inmates near release earn a CDL before they get out. It passed both chambers unanimously, and he still killed it, citing significant public safety concerns about putting inmates behind the wheel of a commercial vehicle. Record spot market heading into your July 4 week. Spot rates just hit an all-time high, jumping to about $3.83 a mile in early June, with tender rejections north of 17%, and the brokers say real relief on the cost is pushed out past the July 4th shipping cycle. The kicker, this run is happening even as fuel cooled. It's a supply side move, not a fuel story. Yeah, the supply and demand, that's exactly what's been happening. The spot operator has the leverage right now. Know your numbers and make them pay. Negotiate higher rates. We're in demand. Market is on the carrier side. The fight over who counts as a safe carrier. The broker lobby, the TIA, and TIA is Transportation Intermediaries Association, I believe, is asking FMCSA to spell out more clearly what makes a carrier safe. It lands on top of years of carriers saying they've been vetted to death. Whatever definition FMCSA lands on decides who gets to book you and how hard you get vetted. If the bar moves, the small carrier is the one who gets squeezed. The ELD crackdown keeps claiming devices. FMCSA ELD purge is still rolling. They pulled another device, truck staff, off the registered list on June 23rd. And there are hard out of service deadlines landing right now. Revoked devices trigger out of service on July 7th and another batch on July 20th. Check your devices with the current registered list. Don't get pulled out of service. Not worth it. Swap it out if you can before it gets you. USMCA is shifting to annual reviews. On the trade side, the US is moving toward reviewing USMCA every single year instead of a longer renewal, which means the rules for cross-border freight get relitigated annually. Anybody running the border is now planning against a trade framework that's up for grabs every year. Long-term lane commitments get riskier. What else? Some quick stuff. Fraud on the 4th. A 1.7 million Walmart bound load was stolen by criminals who hijacked a real carrier's identity, and security folks warn the July 4th slowdown is prime time for it. And maintenance time bomb, I talked about it last week. Years of skipped upkeep from the freight recession are surfacing as utilization climbs with tightness that could run into 2027. Watch the used truck values, and when you're buying a used truck, I found some used trucks that are worth looking at. I think if you guys are looking for trucks, just find us on trucking business group. If you go to trucku.com, you can join our free group, and we do talk trucks all the time. I do post the listings that I find that are worth looking at. Let me share with you what I found. 1998 Peterbilt 379, $39,000. Engine 3406 cat, 18-speed manual, and it has 1.7 million miles on it. Runs and operates good. Older truck, a few minor items. Doesn't say if it's overhaul or not. 355 rears, 11 hours. Looks clean, but the mileage is up there, and it doesn't say anything about an overhaul. So definitely something that is worth looking at. That's a clean looking Pete. A 2000 Kenworth W900 Detroit Series 60. One of my favorite engines. 450 horsepower, 13 speed, 270,000 miles. That's probably after overhaul. New tires, suspension replaced. Yeah, 250 since complete in-frame. Private sale out of South Carolina, Somerville. Pretty good looking truck. Also clean. 2005 Peterbilt 379, $35,000. Cat C13, 450 horsepower, Eaton Ford, 13 speed, mileage 615,000 miles. I guess that would be, runs excellent, very clean, low miles, full gauge package. 615,000 miles, that seems pretty low. Diff lock sliding fifth, dump valve, dual exhaust breathers. Pretty good truck, I guess. 2005, worth looking at. Covington, Tennessee. You can find all of the links that I found in our free trucking business group. So check it out. Come join us for free. We have 1,600 plus drivers, owner operators in our group. Today's episode is pretty short. It is about my 4th of July weekend is about to start. So you guys enjoy your 4th, drive home safe, and let me know if you guys need any help. But in the meantime, be safe out there, and I'll talk to you next week.